Welcome to Cat Studio. Today we're making a cloth pumpkin, or a fabric pumpkin, I guess you would call it. Something like this out of a sweater sleeve. I have a green sweater sleeve today. Some jute, what do you call this stuff? Floss, dental floss, a couple of those little hair tie rubber bands, and some decorations for the top. So let's get started. And this is going to be pretty quick and easy. First things first, we're going to take the bottom of the pumpkin, which is, my sleeve happens just to be the same size. If it was, your sleeve was bigger at the bottom, I would put the bigger part at the bottom. So we're going to just gather this up and put a rubber band around it. Pretty quick. Just make sure it's all even. That's probably the hardest part right there. Maybe. And then our hair tie goes around a few times. Just putting that around 2 times because we're going to also reinforce that with a little bit of the floss. So then we'll just tie that off. And you can see some spots might be drooping down a little bit, so try and even that up. Then put a tie around it. It could be string, thread, jute, whatever you want to use. I'm using floss because it's small and it's pretty strong. And a couple of knots in that. Let's turn that right side out and stuff it. That's our next step, is to get some stuffing. And I have stuffed my pumpkins with fabric, grocery bags. Today we're using polyester fiberfill. Just easier for the camera. And just, zhuzh it around a bit like that, just to fluff it up. And then begin stuffing as full as you want it. And this one here, so what I did with the other one was I took and closed it off at the top, and I fold that down and then put my strands of jute on. And that's, I'll show you how we do that in a minute. Let's see, how tall was this? That's about 8 inches tall. And let's see what we have here. I'm just trying to make it easy for myself to, close this up. And I'll put a little bit more stuffing in there. Because that can be the challenge, is, tying it off if you don't want to sew. It's hard to gather all that up once there's stuffing in it. And sewing it is probably the easiest way, but to get it perfect. But this still works. So we're just going to gather this all up now that I have it stuffed as much as I want it. I'm just going to gather it up so it looks kind of weird at first. Push my stuffing back down in because I did have some in my hand there. I could feel it. And then again, we're going to rubber band and tie it. I suppose I could make that taller, but I think that's kind of cute. So go around twice. With my sweater fabric is pretty thick. And I did get a little stuffing in there. Push that down because I still have room in there, because only twice is not that tight. But once we put this on, we're going to tie that with the floss as well, because your rubber bands, I don't feel safe knowing that there's only a rubber band there. So let's go ahead and tie a knot in this dental floss. There, I feel better now. So then what I do is, normally I would just go with the string. but I want to cut this down. I think it's a little too long. So I'm just going to gather that up and just trim it down. My really good scissors. There we go. Much better. And then if you didn't like that, you could keep on trimming it. And then I'm going to zhuzh this around a bit so it looks more even over on that side. So that's how it's going to look. And then, you know, I can keep trimming this. It doesn't matter now or afterwards. And then we're going to take some string that is going to be, I think, 1.5 lengths of, we measured that was 8 inches. So let's go with 12 inch. Let's go with 12 inch strings. Let's see if that looks like it's going to work. So let's go, we're going to go double that because we're going to put that all the way around. So let's just do, I'll measure that for you. That's about 24 inches. So we need 6 of those, or 8, I don't remember. Let's do 8. I have all my strands cut. Now we're going to start. We'll put this in the center. Let's find the center of this piece and try and get that right at the bottom here. Go up and around, and then we just tie. Just tie this off. Squish it in till you like it. Actually, if you wrap this twice, always forget that part. Wrap it twice and pull. It will hold it better so that you can go ahead in there and knot that. And just leave that hang. Put your next one on crossways, across the middle. Again, find your center of that piece. Lay it in there. And tie this one off as well. And double tie. See, I always forget. Knot. And the next 2 go on, and then I always like to try and even these up before I get going with the next 2 so that they look pretty close to even. Easier to see it on the bottom for me. Next, and then the next 2 go this way. And I'll meet you right back here when I get that on. Now that we have our pumpkin all tied up, and excuse me for my mistake, we only need 4 strands. We end up with 8 on top at the end. And we cut 8 in the beginning, but we only need 4. So you could go ahead and make another pumpkin, I guess. I went ahead and took a piece of burlap ribbon and I just kind of hot glued around the edge of in the shape of a leaf, and I'm just going to cut that out. Just so it doesn't fray when I put it on. Hopefully this looks good. I've never tried this before. I just saw this on a video I watched a couple days ago. And I don't know if we're going to put this on or put both of these on. I'm not sure yet. Might layer them. Maybe scrunch it up a little. I kind of like it looking, you know, old. So what we're going to do with this here, normally what I would do is I have longer strings. So again, my mistake, cut them twice the length that you need it to be, because this is how I normally would do this type, is take this up, make a loop here, wrap it around the whole bunch until I come around to the front, and then loop it down through there and tie that off and glue it down. We can't do that today, so this is going to be a little bit easier of a thing here. So I'm going to take a rubber band. So we're going to take this. Now you could take this and put a stick, just glue a stick in the middle and cut these off, or leave them as fringes with a stick, or a rolled up piece of felt would be nice. or you could take these all up here and get a thicker piece of jute and wind it around and glue that on and just kind of bend it as, you know, a stem. But today, what we're gonna do is loop this up with like 2 fingers. I'm gonna use 2 fingers worth, a little bit more. And then we're gonna rubber band that at the very end with my little teeny weeny hairband things. And try to go as close to the bottom as I can. Maybe 4 times around. Like so, and just push that down, and then I just kind of zhuzh this out a little bit. Is that a word? It is today. So then what I would do is cut this off on this side, whatever side you put it on, and put a little hot glue in there just to make sure this doesn't come out, hopefully. And then take 1 strand or 2 strands. Let's take 2 strands today. Fold that up. So I'm going to cut one of my long strands. And then you can, you know, go ahead and straighten that out. So what my plan is here is to cover up the rubber band and just kind of wrap this around in here. And then just glue it down here and there, so that rubber band is covered up. So I'm just going to hot glue that and then trim it off. Just at the ends there. Let that dry up for a minute. I mean, you could really cuten this up by just keep going around and around. So we'll just put some hot glue there. And then I'm going to trim that down. And really press that in with my tool here, my little silicone spatula. Try not to burn myself. And again, you could leave these here if you wanted to, which would look super cute. So there you have it. Your pumpkin is ready to decorate, and then you can zhuzh these around a little because these still move underneath those strands that you pulled up. So much easier to do it this way than trying to sew that edge and all that. And I just think this is cute like this. What do you think? Do you like it? Are you going to try and make one? Let me know in the comments section. And then let's try putting our, okay, so I just want you to see how that looks. And then the bottom looks really cool. You could tie these up, you know, to keep them in the center if you wanted to. And then let's try a leafage here. Oop, upside down with the glue section. And then this one just has 1 leaf. I think that's all that one's getting. This one's gonna be a little more fun on this one. So I'm gonna glue that down. Again, I wanna scrunch it so it looks a little wrinkled. Those wrinkles just came right out when I did that earlier. Okay, I think I really scrunched it good this time. Alrighty. A little glue in there. You could sew all these things on if you wanted to, be for sure they weren't going to come out. But usually your hot glue really sticks well to your fabrics. And I can see hot glue on that a little bit, which I'm not loving, so we're going to put this over it. There we go. That looks better. There, how cute is that? There you have one super easy sweater pumpkin. If you're using fabric like cotton fabric or a pillowcase or, you know, something like that that has no stretch to it, it's gonna look different. It's gonna be bunchier at the top. The stretch fabric works a little bit better for this type of pumpkin because it just does. Your bunching is there, it's just that the sweater fabric just behaves better. And I feel like I need something here. Some of my pumpkins, I put little bows on, and I think I might do that for this one. It just kind of brings that all together for me. It's just, you know, wound up on my hand and tied a piece of ribbon. So we'll just glue that on and we'll be done. There we have it. 2 cutie little pumpkins. Aren't they adorable? Don't you love these guys? Super easy, super cute, rusticy, sort of farmhousey, I guess. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, as I'm getting close to 1,000, so help me get there all the way. I'm at like 800 and something. I'm not sure exactly right now, but more fun projects to come. If you subscribe, you'll be notified when I make new videos, and if you hit that bell, they'll let you know whenever I make new videos. So stay tuned and leave your comments in the comment section. Love to read the comments. Just stop by and say hi, how you doing, or any questions you might have if I didn't cover something. I'll be more than happy to answer. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.